I, like many other people, were very concerned and surprised, flabbergasted, when we read on the internet that Congressman Olver had said that the Democrats were not, he could not support impeachment proceedings against Bush and Cheney because the Democrats were afraid that Bush was going to bomb Iran and then suspend the elections and call martial law. I mean, I thought that was like the craziest thing I ever heard. Did that really happen?
It did. John Lippman here, standing next to you, and myself were present in the Jones Library, 10 o'clock in the morning on the 5th of July, 2007. We were a group of 20 activists that had brought resolutions for the impeachment of Bush and Cheney before our annual town meetings in 20 towns here in the 1st Congressional District. And those towns, which each voted by open ballot, resolved by no less than a 2/3 majority. We had the town of Leverett at 339 to 1. At any rate, we had gone to report to Congressman Olver these resolutions that it carried. And the congressman, at about 2/3 of the way around the room, he raised his right hand. He said, "Spare me. I know full well the overwhelming majority of my constituency that's resolved for impeachment." And a few minutes later, he was talking to the folks from Leverett that were reporting their 339 to 1 carry for impeachment. And he was wagging his finger at them and he was saying, "I've always voted the way you people have wanted me to." And I interrupted and I said, "You haven't since the 24th of April this year, John." And he whipped around to me. He said, "What was that, Bob?" And I said, "House Resolution 333 was put on the floor on the 24th of April. We're waiting for you to co-sponsor it." "I will not sign that bill," he said. And we had this huge disconnect. Moments later, he decided that he would inform us. He said, "You people want to know what I think is going to happen?" We said, "God, yes, Congressman, tell us. We never get much news from Washington until after it's happened. What's going to happen?" He said, "We will not land one U.S. soldier's foot on Iranian soil. Rather, we will attack Iran from the air. The president will declare it a national emergency, institute martial law, and then suspend the 2008 elections." Our jaws dropped. We were shell-shocked. We didn't go to talk to him about Iran. All of a sudden, he says this. And I want to tell you, it was reported on the front page of the Berkshire Eagle on the 4th of August when Evan Lehman, the reporter from Washington, contacted the congressman's offices in Washington. Those very words were put in quotes in the Berkshire Eagle. But by August, the congressman's office was beginning to waffle. And they were saying, well, he didn't mean it's going to happen. He's saying this is one of the things that might happen. By September, a friend of mine named Harold Burbank, who's running in the Connecticut 5th District, challenging down there, he had heard rumor of this, and he contacted Congressman Olver's press secretary, who by September of last year was denying that the congressman ever said those words. This March, John Lippman and I went to a meeting in Hadley on the possibility of the United States going to war with Iran. Congressman Olver was present, and during question and answers, one of the members of the audience, a young man, stood up to the microphone and asked the congressman about this rumor that this questioner had heard about the words I've just shared with you that happened in the room. And the congressman's answer was, when asked to speak at a meeting on the potential for war with Iran, the congressman's answer was, "I was misquoted," and he wouldn't speak to it. And there were probably 200, 300, maybe even 400 people present that came seriously concerned about what's happening with the United States vis-a-vis war with Iran. And this congressman, who had made such a clear statement to us last July, was now refusing to speak about it. And it makes me very frightened. And that's what I have to tell you, unless you have another question for me.
That is enough.